In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on February 4th, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best bet single picks, best bet parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. North Carolina versus Duke. North Carolina and Duke will meet for a rare matchup between unranked teams in college basketball's biggest rivalry. The Tar Heels picked up an 81-77 win over the Blue Devils in last year's Final Four semifinal game in New Orleans, as there were 18 lead changes and 12 ties. These teams have split their last 100 meetings, with North Carolina holding a 143-115 edge in the all-time series. The Tar Heels are 2-7-1 against the spread in their last 10 road games and 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 games overall. The Blue Devils are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 home games and 1-7 against the spread in their last 8 games overall. The under is 6-0 in Tar Heels' last 6 overall. The under is 3-1 in Blue Devils' last 5 overall. The road team is 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings. There is no way this inexperienced Duke team should be favored against an experienced North Carolina team in both teams' biggest game of the season. Most of the Blue Devils' key players have never played in this rivalry, while North Carolina is used to this moment. The Tar Heels are led by one of the top players in college basketball, and I expect Bacot to win the battle against Filipowski. Duke has only covered the spread once in its last 8 games, and it has only covered twice in its last 11 games against North Carolina. The Duke Blue Devils are going to get the benefit of the doubt because they're at home, but it's the road team that's won 7 of the last 10 meetings between these rivals. North Carolina is playing some of its best ball of the season right now and has been an underdog in just 3 previous games. The Tar Heels' experience will be the difference on Saturday night, so the North Carolina Tar Heels to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The last 7 meetings between these teams have gone over, with the last 4 of those games boasting totals that were set above 150 points. In all but one of those games, they smashed the over by 9.5 points or more. These 2 teams love to go back and forth against each other, throwing haymakers in the form of jump shots for the entire 40 minutes of play. The over is 7-0 in North Carolina's last 7 games versus a team with a winning record, and it's 5-0 in Duke's last 5 versus a winning team. These 2 have combined to average 147 points per game over their last 5 games each, and I like that to continue. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Washington State versus UCLA. The UCLA Bruins play host to the Washington State Cougars in a Pac-12 showdown on Saturday night from Pauley Pavilion, presented by Westcom. The Cougars lump into this one, having lost 4 of their last 5 games, just 2 days removed from a road loss to open the weekend. For the Bruins, a win the last time out helped to snap their own 2-game losing streak and get them back on the right path. The first meeting between these 2 went down to the wire back in December, though with UCLA getting to be at home for the rematch, the Cougars will be hard-pressed to salvage a split in the season series and spring the upset. UCLA was lucky to escape the first meeting with a win, and they won't take the Cougars for granted in the rematch. UCLA is perfect at home this season, and they will dominate again, especially with the Cougars struggling on the road this year and having played another road game just 2 games ago. Washington State has 7 players on the most recent injury report, and the lack of depth will certainly hurt them in this one. UCLA is fully healthy and with momentum building back up after Thursday's win. They'll roll in this one. Additionally, the home team is 19-7 against the spread in the last 26 meetings between these 2 teams, so the UCLA Bruins to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Bruins of UCLA survived a massive scare as an 8.5-point favorite in Pullman against Washington State on December 30th in the first meeting. While UCLA was able to survive for the win, it came in a low-scoring 67-66 game. The total did go under that day on a line of 134.5, but for the rematch at Pauley Pavilion, it looks like the books have overcorrected a bit. A line in the 120s is awfully low, and we should see these teams help total bettors who go high. UCLA is averaging a healthy 75 35 points per game this season, while connecting at a solid 46.4% pace from the field, while the Bruins have left a lot of points on the floor with a dismal 71.6% mark from the free throw line. The offense should still do enough. Defensively, UCLA allows just 61 points per game, the 11th best mark in the nation, but Washington State was able to manage 66 points in the first encounter. For the Cougars, this is a team averaging 68 points per game, and it is a team shooting just 42.5% from the field. However, Washington State is actually a pretty decent three-point shooting team, connecting at 36.0%. Defensively, Washington State likes to slow things down, too, and it allows just 65 points per game, while limiting the opposition to just 31.7% from behind the arc. But teams are shooting a solid 44.8%, as the Cougars don't have a lot to limit teams in the paint. UCLA will be able to do a lot more damage than they did in the first meeting, especially on its home court. Look for UCLA to get into the 70s, and this total to be solidly in the 130s overall. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Villanova versus Creighton. A pair of programs from the Big East take the floor in search of a victory in the heart of the Cornhusker State. The Villanova Wildcats are on the road as they make the trip east to take on the Creighton Blue Jays Saturday night. Villanova was beaten 73-64 on the road by number 14 Marquette in their previous game, failing to cover the line as a 6-point underdog Wednesday night. Creighton took down Georgetown 63-53 on the road in their previous game Wednesday night, though they failed to cover as a 13-point favorite. In the all-time series between the teams, the Wildcats own a 17-6 edge between the teams and have taken the last two meetings. That includes a 54-48 win in the Big East Tournament title game on March 12, 2022. Nova has had it bad against the spread of late, going 1-6 over their last 7. On the other hand, Creighton is 3-1 against the spread in their last 4, with 2 of those wins coming as -7 favorites or more. The Blue Jays are 4-2 against the spread in their last 6 at home, and they are scoring and shooting above average over their last 5 games. They are putting up a massive number of shots, 61 field goal attempts per game over their last 5, and they've been hitting many, 30.2 field goals made per game in that span. Over each team's last 5 games, Creighton has a 10.5 points per game advantage. Creighton has an advantage against them in virtually every category, and they are looking to get some respect in the polls. A 6th win in a row should push them up. The home team is 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings. If Creighton can get their offense going in this one, I don't believe that the Wildcats will keep up. So the Creighton Blue Jays to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. These two teams have scored a combined for 146 points per game, and that's with Villanova being below their season average. Neither of these teams are known for their tempo, with Villanova checking in at 336th in the Ken Palm tempo ratings and Creighton 128th. However, both teams can put it up. Creighton is more than happy to bomb it away, with 61 field goal attempts per game in their last 5, hitting 30.2. The Wildcats have averaged only 22.4 made field goals over their last 5 games, but that includes a couple of bad nights of 21 and 19 makes. Villanova has scored 70 or more points in 4 of their last 8 games. Creighton has scored 80 or more points in 5 of their last 9 games, and 73 or more in 8 of 10. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.